All right, so here we are now. Okay, welcome to the Barti Just Being Himself podcast. All right, and here we are right now. So my name is Vasily Von Vakides. Some of y'all may know me as Off-White Barty or just Barty, whatever. But here we are now, right? And we got this podcast, right? So this is something that I've always wanted to do, right? And I'm so excited for it. I know it's going to go on to do big and great things. I know it is. I just do. And here I am now. And I call it the Just Being Myself podcast because, well, I mean, that's all I'm doing on here. I'm just being myself for real. So here we are now. And, like I said, my name is Vasily Von Vakides. Remember that name because it's going to mean something one day. Just know it. But here we are. And a little bit about myself, I just did 6 years in prison. And I came home and here I am now. And, I always want to do these podcasts, whatever. I had this really good idea about doing podcasts or whatever. And it really started back in like 2021, early 2022. And I was out in Washington Correctional Facility out in Albany, basically, Comstock, New York. And I remember, I was with these dudes, this dude from Brooklyn. And I remember he was like, yo, if we had the phone in here, you would be viral. You'd be sponsored by, Moneybag Yo or, Yo Gotti or some shit. And, that's when it kind of, first clicked. And, moving forward, all these podcasts started coming out, new to me, but I mean, all these podcasts started coming out and stuff. And I used to be on the phone with people, I call my friends at home or whatever, they'd be with their friends or whatever the case may be. And their friends are like, oh my God, yo, you should do a podcast. And I'm like, yeah, that's what my plan is, matter of fact. But, I got, a whole bunch of shit for podcasts. And honestly, I'm just so excited for it. So I'm just really happy that, this is the first one. This is where we're at right now. And, I'm just so happy that we're here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, so, my name's Vasily. Just came home and, went away when I was 19, came home when I was 25. I just came home May 4th, 2026. And, I went away for guns or whatever. And, this is me. Like I said, this is the Just Be Myself podcast. And believe me, this is me right here, okay? So, I hope you guys like it. And, this is it. So, at the end of the day, like I said, I want to do these podcasts or whatever. I had this idea. And, it took until, the end of 2022, maybe even sometime in 2023, I got this award, you know what I'm saying? And it was most likely to be a news anchor. And I was like, news anchor, that's really boring, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking reporting the news or the weather or whatever, all that dumb shit. But here I am now, and it kind of made sense, podcast, I'm on a screen, you know what I'm saying? People are watching me, whatever, and it's really, really cool. So I'm really happy about this. But this is the Just Be Myself podcast where literally I just do that. I just come on here and I just be myself. I'm not even playing around. I don't really care what nobody has to say. So that makes it a whole lot easier and a whole lot more fun for everybody else. So I think it'll be great. But like I said, I just came home and I did 6 years for a gun charge, a couple guns, but that's not neither here nor there. But, since I've been home, though, a lot has changed. You know what I'm saying? And, some things that just pop off to my head, top of my head, everything is really, really, really expensive. And, it's crazy. You can't, find anybody. You can't, find people to, hang out with or any of that other stuff. And it's just crazy. It just blows my mind. Maybe it's a little soon to say, but so far, it's hard to, find people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's only been a month. It's literally 30 days to the day. Came home May 4th, 2026, and, here we are now, and, I'm here now. But, everybody is married, too. All the things that's changed. People are married. Married, have kids, divorced, all three sometimes. Married with kids, divorced. It's crazy. And, I'm seeing, I'm 25 years old, so it's really blowing my mind. Obviously, I went when I was young, but it's blowing my mind. All these kids are married nowadays. And God bless them for it, honestly, quite seriously. That's good for them. That's what's up. But, is hookup culture dead? Hookup culture can't be dead. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just my personal opinion. But I don't know. It's crazy. Married or with kids or whatever. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I really mean that when I say that. And, people watch this. I don't want them to, get the wrong impression. But for real, there ain't nothing wrong with wanting to have, be married or have kids or, divorce with kids, whatever. But, damn, don't you want to, live? Don't you want to, I don't know, I don't know. I feel it's a little young to just have kids. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there's no more penny either. It's another thing that changed. There's no more penny. There's no penny. I was like, oh my God, my mind was blown. Like, obviously I was watching TV, like when I was in prison and I saw these things and I'm like, damn, like no more penny? Like that's a little weird. It's kind of crazy, but it's crazy because it actually happened. Round up to the nearest nickel. Like that's crazy. Like, oh my God, I don't know. I think it's crazy though. I really, really do. But Twitter isn't even called Twitter anymore. That's another thing. No more Twitter. It's called X. And then Facebook is called Meta, or it's owned by Meta, or it's the same person. I don't really know. I really haven't quite understood it yet. But damn, like who would ever thought like Facebook isn't even called Facebook no more? I don't know. That's crazy. That was crazy. But another big thing, obviously I'm coming out of New York, so weed is legal now. I went to jail. Weed was illegal. I remember I used to be sitting in prison and I'd be like, damn, like, how am I gonna get some weed? Like, I don't know any of the places to go. I don't know any of the trap houses to go to, or damn, like where am I gonna go smoke? Like, where are all like the cool smoke spots to go to now? And I'm like, oh shit, wait, like weed is legal. Plus, like I can smoke at the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to like what I was doing back then and living at this house, compared to like what I'm doing now, and like which is way, 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 way calmer, and like way more like behaved, like night and day. But if I was allowed to smoke at the house back then, and I doing all these like new things now where I'm like way better, and here I am now. But here I am, and I don't know. But weed is legal. That shit is so crazy, man. That got legalized mad long ago. I understand that, but it's new to me. It's news to me, and it's new to me. Like, weed is legal. Like, then I'm like, oh my God, like, where am I going to go for these dispensaries? Like, where am I going to go for these, like, these places to go buy weed and shit? And I end up finding all these dispensaries, and I'm like, oh my God, like, holy shit. Like, look at that. Like, oh my God. But, AI is another big thing that's like was like a big like shocker to me. You know what I'm saying? Just for example, just today, maybe not today, but maybe it was yesterday, sometime within the last 48 hours. I remember I'm taking the garbage out for the first time since I've been home or whatever, and I'm pushing the cans out, and my peoples are like, nah, bring them closer over to this way. And I'm like, what? So whatever, I do it. And then I go and I do it again, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, no, you can't have it over there. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, because it's just a machine that comes and gets. I'm like, what do you mean a machine? But I guess it's like a machine, some type of computer system. I don't know. I just did it literally today or yesterday or something. So I don't know. I'll keep you updated on it. But I will say AI is definitely crazy, and I use it all the time though. Honestly, if I look something up and I get to the Google AI part and I can't figure out my answer by then, I'll just re-Google it with a more specific search or whatever. But AI is cool though. I ain't got nothing against AI. I'm always nice to AI though. I'm always really nice to them in case they do ever try to take over. But I don't think they're gonna take over. But if they do, I'm really nice to them. So I think that they'll really know what's going on. But it's all right though. But anyways though, people still don't do shit though. It's so crazy to me. When I got locked up 2020, right? May of 2020, it's COVID. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing moving around here. Nothing smoking. And now it's I come home and people still ain't doing shit. It's it blows my mind. For real, do you not want to leave the house? What's up with you? Do you not want to leave the house? Do you not want to go out and do things? I don't know, maybe because they're married. Maybe they're COVID programmed or whatever. But I'm telling you, yo, this is crazy. People don't do shit. What's up with you? I'm not going to say I want to trade places with you, put my predicament on you and burden you, but I'm telling you, hypothetically, let's swap places and see how you feel. I'm telling you, you would want to be out the house, believe me, okay? So, it's hard to find people, it's hard to meet new people, but it's hard to, go and do shit. It's crazy. Nobody wants to do shit. And I tip my hat to the people that do want to do shit, because I'm so, so happy for you. And I don't know, my advice to young kids is just go out and do some shit, for real, because I see that nobody is doing nothing. And it's crazy because when I was gone, people used to be yo, bro, shit has changed, bro. You don't know, shit has really changed. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, shit has changed. But no, shit has really changed. Back to, the married point altogether, married, divorced, people got kids. And I was expecting all this. I really, really was. But it's, really, shocking when it's, everybody's married, everybody's got a boyfriend, everybody's got a girlfriend, everybody's out not doing shit. What's going on? In the house at 8, no one goes to the clubs. What? It just blows my mind. I don't know though. It's just that shit is really, I don't know. Narcan is everywhere though, and I think Narcan is great. I think Narcan is fine. I have no issues with it whatsoever. But wow, damn, like, it's everywhere. Like, I go to my pop's restaurant, right? I work there, obviously, whatever. Every morning, I got to go to work there and shit. And we got these Narcan things, and like, people are taking them every single day. And I'm like, oh my God, like, people are out there like doing what they do. And I'm Narcan trained as well. Like, I'm fully prepared to save a life. I'm fully prepared at any moment to just start saving lives. Okay, like, go and start Narcanning and saving lives. I'm all for it. I'm down. Okay, I'm always ready to save a life. Okay, but I mean, I can just see like a lot of like things happening too. Like, imagine like you got like these college kids. The kids were doing the Tide Pod challenge. Like, imagine like the Narcan challenge. Like, you got the Narcan challenge. Like, every time you do a shot, bro, you gotta do some Narcan. Like, no, whoa, time out. I ain't doing no Narcan. But no, I don't know, man. Like, I just see a whole bunch of things like ended up happening where like the Narcan the Narcan challenge just does not sound very good. I hope I'm not the reason why it starts. I hope I'm not like, oh my God, Off-White Barty started the Narcan challenge. No, I did not start the Narcan challenge, please. But nah, I don't know. But I don't know. Everybody's so sensitive too, though. Like, damn, like, they're kind of like scared to like say certain things. Like, a lot of people are sensitive. People don't even use the word fat anymore. Like, it blew my mind. People are like, oh, little broad or a little. No, just say it. It's fat. I remember to tell somebody just the other day. I'm like, you can say the word fat around me. It's not that big of a deal. Like, what's going on? Can we even make like sexist jokes anymore? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Probably not today, but we will find out. But I'm sure I'll make one on here at some point. But I mean, for real though, everyone is like so sexist. But this one right here, I have to just really just touch on it. And a lot of people told me not to do it. They're like, don't do it. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. Everybody's fat. Everybody is fat. I mean, my mind was blown. No, seriously. Everybody's fat. It really disappoints me. It really like shocks me. Like, look at me. I just did 6 years in prison. Just sitting on a bed, watching TV, eating bullshit, processed foods, all that. And, like, politics aside, I'd heard about the Maha movement. I thought it was fantastic. I had no issues with it whatsoever. But I remember I used to be watching this certain program while I was in prison. I used to be watching TV, a lot of prison. I had a lot of spare time on my hands. So I'm watching a whole bunch of TV. I remember I'm watching this shit. And it was like this one individual, this dude. And he was like, everybody's fat out here. Everybody's fat out here. And I'm like, I mean, I'm sure people are fat. But like, you know, like this is probably like a little bit of an exaggeration. You've been a little dramatic, whatever. No, I come out here. It's everybody's fat. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you like body positivity, like you feel great. Body positivity, I don't care what anybody says. Body positivity is if you're happy with it, then go with it and you're happy. But I will say this. If being fat was if being fat was cool, then they would have a shot for being fat, not a shot for being skinny. So let me just put that out there, just first and foremost. But all jokes aside, like, if you're happy with being fat or 250, 300 pounds, like, good for you. Seriously, I don't care. I really don't. But it's like everybody's fat. And like, I feel like it was at some point as well too, like, karma well served. Because it's like, it's almost like, you know, like you hear like people in songs talk about like, yo, like this bitch wasn't fucking with me, and you know, she tried to come back once I got lit, and now, you know, I shit on her, whatever the case may be. You know, you hear these rap songs or whatever, and rap songs, you hear these stories, you whatever. And it's like, I feel like karma was served to these girls, like the popular kids, like the girls, the guys, the popular kids who were like popular and like stuck up and all this other shit. And now they've like turned fat. And it's like, I'm not like laughing at like their downfall because maybe they're happy with being fat. Like I said, body positivity. But I mean, I just feel like karma was served because like, who really wants to, like, I don't know. Maybe, who wants to be fat? I'm going to say it. Who wants to really be fat? Who wants to be unhealthy and fat? Okay? So yes, I said it. I don't care. But, I mean, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. If being fat was in, they'd have a shot for being fat, not for being skinny. And body positivity is whoever you want to be and whatever you want to look like. But, I mean, hey, enjoy. But everyone's fat. That's the whole point of the whole thing. Everybody's fucking fat. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what? Like I said, I got an excuse. Just 6 years in prison. I'm sitting on my ass, eating processed foods. I should be 300 pounds, and I'm not. So what's your excuse? I mean, damn, it's like at 270, like you didn't sit there and say like, damn, like something is wrong here. Like I gotta like get my shit together. Maybe it's just where I'm at. Penfield, New York, Rochester area, like maybe. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But obviously, I'm just being myself. I'm just being myself, and this is who I am. So if anybody has any like concerns, they think this is a front, a facade, or some shit like that, like ask around. For real, all for Barty, this has always been me. Got myself into some trouble at being like this before, middle school, high school, whatever the case may be. But ask about me, okay? Like, it's who I am. I really am on a better path, like. And a lot of people are probably doubting it, maybe a little concerned, a little curious. Like, I really am on a better path. It's not just some bullshit I was kicking or whatever, but I really am on a better path. And somebody want to know I'm putting a better foot forward for real. For those of you who do know me, I mean, I was a really, like, a wild child. But, yeah, so I'm sure like a lot of people are sitting there wondering, there's probably a lot of questions bouncing around people's mind, and I promise I'm going to get to them. I know what they are. I'm going to get to those in just a second, but probably sitting there thinking like, damn, like, yo, Vasily, like, yo, Barty, bro, like, you're a little small for a guy that just came home, because I know a few people have said it to me, and I know a lot of people are thinking it, and quite honestly, like, I didn't come home, like, I came home fit. I really did. It's been a month since I came home or whatever, and I really ain't been working out too much, but I came home fit. I really, really did. And, like a 3.5 pack, my beer, one of my beers in my pack kind of spilled, but, I was fit, I was choppy, I was cut up, whatever. I still feel like I kind of got it. I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But, in all seriousness, like, before I started working out, before I came home, I was perfectly satisfied with the way I look. I used to say that all the time. I'm perfectly satisfied with the way that I look. And, like, towards the end, like, these last, like, little bit more than 4 months, like almost 4.5 months, like I was like, damn, I gotta get these days out of the way. It was like right before, it was like the Sunday before Christmas, I started working out. I remember it. I'm like, I'm gonna start working out. Like, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get my shit right, whatever, cool. So I started working out, get these days over with. So I get these shits over with. But in all fairness, like, I'm perfectly satisfied with the way that I look. Like, I don't gotta have my weight up to go to the gym and, do all this extra shit and feel good about myself and be confident, all this other stuff. And more power to you if you do. I don't think there's anything wrong with fitness. I might even get back into it. But don't sit here and use me as a standard. Like, all I'm saying is, like, I did it to get the days over with. And, like, maybe I didn't come home, like, super brolic like some of y'all was expecting. But I don't know. Maybe you was, maybe you wasn't. I don't know. I was just having fun, though. But, at the end of the day, like, I was perfectly satisfied with the way I look. And I was surviving just fine. Like, like I said, like, this is prison, like, at the end of the day that I was in. And damn, like, it was tough at times. And I was working out, doing just fine, you know what I'm saying? And, I was doing good. Then, I stopped working out, still doing good. You know what I'm saying? So, I really feel the need to work out. But, it is what it is, for real. But, hey, what can I say? But, I'm going to get to the point that I feel like a lot of people are really waiting here for. And I'm going to get to some real prison stereotypes from a guy who just got out of prison. So, here they are. Got my prison stereotypes right here. I don't know if you can see them, but here they are. Got a nice little list. And these are like some things that like I kind of compiled, just from like things that people asked me when I was gone or from when I came home. Things that like I saw in movies or whatever the case may be. Like your average prison movie or things that people just wonder about or things you see like on movies or whatever the TV shows, whatever the type of things you see. I got them right here. And as far as like, I will just say a quick disclaimer, like this is New York that I'm coming in. This was a state facility, not a federal facility. So I don't know how they operate in the feds, but I'm telling you, I've been around maxes, mediums, I've been through a whole bunch of places. So I got some prison stereotypes for you, okay? So just listen, I know the number one thing on everybody's mind is, Barty, what did you do when you dropped the soap? Man, when I dropped the soap, I saw it. I picked that shit right back up and had no issues. I'm going to be the first to say right here, drop the soap is bullshit. All right? So, drop the soap is bullshit. Ain't none of that like, yo, you drop the soap, you're mine, have my money or be my honey. Ain't none of that's going on for real. I just need to address that. I really, honestly, in my heart, believe that was like an old wives' tale, right? That they just told like their like misbehaved sons so that they would start to like behave better in school or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. But in my personal opinion, that's what I think it could have been. That these old wives tales were just that we're going to just make you, we're going to try to help you behave and say that if you drop the soap, you know what's going to happen in prison type of thing. But I got some more prison stereotypes like, the mess hall. You see those movies where these dudes go in, the whites sit with the whites and the blacks sit with the blacks and the Spanish and all that. No, that's bullshit. That's cap. That is a false statement. The mess hall is not segregated. Okay, and all that like, oh, where should I sit and blah blah blah. No, that don't happen either. It's not like middle school cafeteria where like, oh man, damn, first day of school. No, you just sit after the next guy. So if this guy's in front of me, I'm sitting right next to him. That's how it works. It's not like, oh my god, where am I gonna pick my seat? Like, no, none of that's going on. Pop on the biggest guy. You know that whole thing that you see on TV where it's like, oh my god, you go to prison, you're scared, you want to make a name for yourself, you want to be tough. Pop on the biggest guy you find and smack him and don't stop hitting him until they... No, that shit does not happen in prison, okay? No one is doing that. Let me tell you something, nobody's doing that. All right? Honestly, if you do that, people might think that you're scared. You're using it as a stunt to get up out of there because you were scared. So, no, nobody is punching or hitting or just out of nowhere violently fighting somebody because they want to seem tough or cool. Okay? Now, this one right here. Your girl leaves you, you know, the good old, like you see in the movies, the girl comes to visit you. It's like, baby, I'm leaving you. No. That does happen. Your girl does leave you, yes. But I will say this. It's not from behind a visit room. Like, let me tell you something. If your girl comes all the way up there to come and see you and visit you and just to tell you that she's leaving you, that girl loves you. She respects you. Let me tell you how it really goes in prison, all right? It's more like you're calling. They don't answer the phone. Or, like, they may even give you the courtesy to answer the phone and be like, hey, like, I got a boyfriend. This is what's going on in my life right now. But all that, like, yo, they're coming to see you and tell you, yes, she's going to leave you. But she's not doing it on the visit floor. She's going to maybe tell you over the phone or write you a letter. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, granted, like, I will say this though. A lot of the visits, 99.9% of the visits are not like behind a glass where you got the phone and the jumpsuit and just like, hey, what's going on? Nah, that's not how it really is. It's pretty much like contact visits. You could touch them, they could touch you type shit. I don't know. But that's another stereotype for you right there. Not behind the glass. But drugs are cheaper in prison. Total bullshit. Don't believe that either. Okay. Now, I'm going to speak obviously from New York, but I got no jumpsuits, right? In New York State correctional facilities, like the county that I was in, Monroe County, yes, we had jumpsuits. But I will say in the state, it's not Oregon. It's not a jumpsuit. It's a two-piece. You know what I'm saying? So just, I don't know. Like I said, this could happen anywhere. That's like, I don't know. I just felt like that was worth putting in there. It's not black and white with stripes either, okay? It's green. But conjugal visits, these things, we call them trailer visits, you know, in prison, but some of y'all may know them as conjugal visits, family reunion. Yes, those things do happen. Yes, 100% those things do happen. If you ever wonder what happens at a conjugal visit, well, I'll tell you about it. Or if you know someone who's had one, just ask them. You know, conjugal visits, they're a beautiful thing. I remember I was in Washington back in like 2022. There was this dude, I'll never forget him. And he used to get conjugal visits, actually. And when he would come back, he'd be like 10 pounds lighter. And he would never stop smiling for like 2 or 3 days. And you could always tell when he's going on a conjugal. So that's what's up for him right there. But tallies on the wall. You know, like those things that you see like on like the movie, like they've been tallying the days. That's bullshit. That never happens. That does not happen whatsoever. And the box, solitary confinement. I did a little bit of time in the box. Did like 3 months on one shot, 9 months straight on another shot. So I've been in the box before. I always thought it was like this tiny, dark, like little cell where you're just gonna be like super confined. And solitary confinement, no, it's not like that. No, it's not like a super dark. You have to have your light on if you want to even eat. So, I mean, like, and they wake you up for food, usually. Don't get this twisted that they're really good dudes, but, I mean, it's not like some dark, tiny little cell or anything. That's what I'm trying to get at. And you got, like, a bunk usually, and books, and you get a tablet. So, I mean, you can make phone calls and shit. So, box is not a tiny little thing, but solitary is nothing to be played with. Believe me, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. I did some time in the box. But TV in the yard, yeah, that's definitely true. There's some jails with TVs in the yard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's watching TV in the yard. Hands-on, like, you know, like you see in, like, Shawshank, you know, like, they beat him down. The police beat that dude down and shit in Shawshank. Yeah, that definitely does happen. I'm not going to lie to you. That shit definitely does happen. But, I mean, just look up the Marcy prison killing back in 2025, a few days before Christmas, if you don't believe me. It's all over the internet. So that's all I'll say on that, though. But showering naked doesn't happen. Been in Max's, mediums. I've been in Clinton, been in Washington. Ain't none of that. Ain't nobody showering naked. I've never seen nobody showering naked. There's some things like I thought I would like never not see. Like I thought I would see everything. Like I never saw nobody showering naked. So yeah, I mean that shit don't happen. Nah. Sagging. Sagging does not happen. Sagging is OD. No one does that. You might get clowned for it. Like if like someone really fucks you, they'll tell you like, yo, bro, pull your pants up, dog. Like, hey, yo, big homie, bro, pull your pants up, bro. You don't really be looking like that. For real, man. Like, ain't nobody's doing that shit. But holding someone's pocket, this is a good one right here. You know, like basically like you hold on to someone's pocket, like that means like, you know, like the person holding on to that individual's pocket, like the person whose pocket they're holding on to would own them pretty much in prison. That's bullshit too, okay? Like I said, like there's no rape going on. There's not going on in prison. Let me just say that. I really want to make a point of that. Like no one's getting raped in prison. Like no one's dropping the soap. No one's holding no one's pocket. And I've been in some real jails, okay? So just take it from me. All right? No one's holding on to no one's pockets. But you know, when you're taking somebody off food off someone's tray, like, you know, like you're like in the mess hall or like, you know, like that movie, I think it's Life. You eating your cornbread, like, nah, that shit don't happen either. Like, you take some food, if you just sit down at someone's table, if you just sit down at the table and you reach in front of the guy's tray in front of you and take his food, do you know what's gonna happen to you? Oh my God, do you know what's gonna happen to you? So, nah, that's not really what's going on, no. But, people do wear like sweats and like shorts, designer clothes, sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Like Air Force Ones, Jordans. I've seen some Louis Vuitton sneakers before. I've seen designer belts and stuff. It's a little bit of a fashion show, you know. I had some silk do-rags. I had a couple silk do-rags too, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much a fashion show in prison. I really will say that. Like if you can get fly in there, people do get fly in there. I will say that. I will say that was pretty fly, dude. Check out my Instagram at Barti, Barti. You'll see I get fly in prison. All right, though. But, like the white shoes that you see in the movies, you see that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They do have the white shoes. They give them to everybody. But it's mostly like black boots. I will say that. Like mostly boots. A lot of people wear boots year-round in prison. Haircuts in the yard. Nah, that ain't what's going on. That's not what's going on. I'm telling you, I was just in Clinton. So if it could have happened, it would have been in Clinton. And nobody was getting a haircut in Clinton yard. So I don't think that it ever happens. I don't know. It might just be some movie shit. Some fly shit, though. I'll say that, though. But maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But I'm telling you, in the jails that I've been to in New York State Prison, I did 6 years. There's no haircuts happening in the yard. Like I said, if it could have happened in any yard, it would have been Clinton yard. And I was outside of that yard, Dave. There was no haircuts happening. No cash. This was crazy, but there's no cash. It's not like you see people walking around with big Mickeys, cash on them and shit. Nah, that's not what goes on. Cash is contraband. Cash is contraband. So, that's it. You know, cash or grass, like I said, like, you know, that's bullshit. There's none of that. Like, have my money, be my honey, like, none of that shit right there. Like, that shit don't go on. Gay for the stay, that don't happen neither. I don't know, like as far as like the ladies, like I have read things like in like the hood gossip magazines or whatever and shit like that, where it's like, oh, like gay for the stay. I don't know, maybe it happens with the ladies. I don't really know. I'm not a lady. I've never been into a female's prison before, so I will just say I don't really know. But I can tell you as far as the men's New York State correctional facilities, there's no gay for the stay. Like when you're like ball and chain to somebody, like the chain gang or whatever, I don't know, maybe they call it, but that don't really happen. Like I've been like chained to somebody like on the like going from one jail to the next. It's happened like once or twice before. Like going to like court in the county. Like yeah, you're chained to somebody. There's no ball, but like you are chained to somebody. I don't know. Like some people ask me about that, and like I feel like it was worth mentioning, so I put it in there. Like those big prison riot fights and shit. You know, I've been in some prison riots and I feel like they were riots. I don't know what you would call them, but I feel like they were riots. If that's what I'm gonna call them. If I'm gonna call them something. And then, like, the cheering during the fights, though, like, ain't nobody's usually cheering. Like, you always got that one dude who's like, yeah, man, whoop his ass. But, nah, like, that's not really what's going on. Where, like, people are cheering during fights. It's mad loud and shit. Usually it's, like, dead silent during a fight, actually. I will say that. Like, that's not, like, an accurate representation of the movies. And, like, candy on the bed, like, no, that's not what goes on. Like, nobody, like, I don't know if you know about it, but, like, if I put some candy on your bed and you eat the candy, then technically you're mine. Like, that does not go on either. That's some bullshit right there. And, Another thing I want to say too is like, you know, like those like movies where you're like, I got this lick, man. Like, yo, once I get out, I just gotta go find this dude. He's got X amount of dollars and all these things under his staircase. Nah, that shit don't happen. Like, oh, I'm plotting on somebody for when I get out, and when I get out, I'm gonna go rob this dude, or I got this. That shit don't happen. I've been in mad prisons, been all around all different types of circles and groups and lanes and all that shit, and there is none of that going on. Believe me, if it would have been talked about, I would have heard it, guaranteed. But, I mean, yeah, this is my podcast right here. This is Just Being Myself podcast. I'm going to try to keep these within the 30-minute range, you know. This is right here is at 29:47, I see. So, I mean, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I really, really, really do know and believe that this is going to go somewhere. You know, like I, said earlier, I'm really excited about this. I'm really proud of this thing right here. And I really hope that everybody watches. I really hope that everybody likes it. And I know that everybody isn't, but I really want everyone to know that you can feel free to send me, what you liked about it, what you didn't like, what you would keep, what you would change, what you hated about it. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm taking all criticism. I'm taking all comments for real. Like, ain't nothing gonna hurt me for real. Like, I'm telling you though. And I'm gonna keep doing these, so you might as well get used to me. Quite honestly, just get used to me. And like I said, let me know what you like, what you don't like, and what you want me to talk about. If you got some things you want me to talk about, no matter what it is. Like I said, like I'm gonna try to stay away from politics a little bit, but we gotta talk about politics. We can talk about politics. It don't matter to me. But all in all, like I said, I'm going to keep doing these. And so get used to me. And here we are. And I'm really excited about this. I'm so hype about it. I really, really am. And all I really ask, I know you just met me, some of you, but I'm already asking for something. I apologize. But just shout me out. Just let your friends know. Keep watching. Shout this out. Tell your friends. Whatever you got to do to get me out there. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know, because, this is really something really cool to me and something special. I really believe it's going to go somewhere. I know it will. So, and honestly, I don't ever forget a good deed. So if you do this for me, you never know. It's like an investment into your future. Like, I'm going to end up getting super lit one day. And now you sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I got this lit dude, couple million followers, whatever the case may be, whatever. And here you are, and here I could just shout you out, do whatever I got to do with you. So I'll never get a good deed is the whole point of that right there. And tell your friends. But anyways, I appreciate y'all. Thank you if you made it this far. Thank you so much. If whatever the case may be, I appreciate you so much. And here I am, Off-White Barti, Vasily Vambakides. Remember that name. Remember that name right there, okay? But everybody's have a good night. Everybody take care. And yeah, I'll be seeing a whole lot of y'all. So take care of yourselves, and I'm out. I'm off this. 100.